Welcome to Palmer Field here on the campus of Newton High School, Newton, New Jersey, as Muggs Media presents the High School Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week, opening day of the 2018 season. And it's a Pooley Division battle between the Newton Braves under their veteran head coach, Brian Bennington, who's, believe it or not, going into his 9th year with the program. He started back in 2002 as they would host the Lenape Valley Patriots. Their young coach, third-year man, Justin Meath. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dan Cleary. Thanks for joining us here on MuggsMedia.com. I want to thank our Game of the Week sponsors. Orthopedic Institute New Jersey, with offices throughout Northwest New Jersey. Watch for their sports medicine tips and live well tips on the sports beat. Tim's Auto and Truck Repair, Loomis Avenue in Sussex. Check out their auto tips on the games of the week. Newton Medical Center, part of the Atlantic Health System serving the community. Go to atlantichealth.org. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere. Go to sussex.edu. Friendlies of Route 206 in Hampton and Route 23 in Wantage. Great food, great ice cream, great for the families. It's Friendlies. Go see our friend Jesse Rowe right down the street, 75 Mill Street. It's a home furniture warehouse. Jesse always has great sales going on, great furniture. The Home Furniture Warehouse. Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Route 94 in Artisan. Open 7 days a week. They deliver great homemade meals, delicious hot and cold subs, and of course, great pizza. It's Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Route 94 in Artisan. Give them a call today, 209-7775. And the Garden of Life Yoga and Massage Center, located off Route 23 in the Boulder Hills Mall, celebrating 14 years. It's the Garden of Life Massage and Yoga Center. We want to thank all of our sponsors for helping us get these games of the week on the air. And if we got a Boys Lacrosse Game on MuggsMedia.com, you know who's going to win the game with us. It's Sussex County Sports Hall of Famer George Morville, who played here at Newton when Newton was the only team in the county to have lacrosse. He also started the program at Kittatinny, and now he joins us, and we're very lucky to have him in the booth another year. George, welcome back. Your thoughts on the game today?
I'm glad to be here, number one. Number two, it's amazing that we're on a turf field here. That's the only way you could play after the weather we've had. Probably going to show up today, the fact that hasn't been much scrimmaging, hasn't been much playing, but you got two quality teams with a lot of players back. Going to be a good game.
Let's talk about Lenape Valley. Justin Meath, very excited about this team. He returns almost everybody. They'll have to break in a new goalie. They got freshman Jake Spada playing there because Zach Muller graduated. But, you look at the names coming back. Troy DuPont, who had 39 goals last year. Dom Fellini with 28 goals. And that defense in front of the new goalie, rock solid. We got kids like John Spada, Drew Pickett, and Jack Varian coming back.
No question. Their offense will start clicking immediately. They got the same 6 kids as they had last year. You got DuPont, who's an incredible football player, great athlete, coming off. This will be his last hurrah for Lenape Valley. You got the Fellinis. Last year, they controlled this game quite a bit in the third and fourth quarter and didn't have as much in the first and second. I like their offense. I don't think they can be stopped. It's just a matter of how a freshman goalie can do with a pretty solid defense in front of them.
No doubt. So, you mentioned that, George, in the third and fourth quarter last year, they took over but couldn't come back. Newton won on opening day, 15-10, and a big part of that for the Newton Braves was the Vandenberg brothers. The twins are just fantastic players, great hockey players as well. Coming into this year, last year they had an amazing season. 39 goals for Ryan Vandenberg. For Kyle Vandenberg, 39 goals, 29 assists. Ryan, 35 goals, 21 assists. They got a lot of solid kids coming back. But the Vandenberg's quite a tough duo to handle.
Absolutely. And, they've done this year in, year out. Everybody knows what they're going to be going to, and they can't stop them. They're that good. And they're going to have to be today. I mean, this is going to be a high-scoring game for Newton to win. There's no question about that. Lenape's going to try to shut those two boys down. There's no question, but there's 6 of them out there they have to shut down.
And the key also for Newton, Tyler Sevian stepped in last year, never played lacrosse, had a great season. Newton last year went 10-7, won the Independence Division of the NJAC, played very well in the Pooley Division. Sevian opted not to come out, so they're going to be breaking in goalies. We could see 3 goalies today. Chris Poliak's going to get the start. So you and I were talking to Brian before the game. Until the defense settles in, they might have to outscore people in the start of the season.
There's no question that when you got 2 first-timers going, especially in a game where these 2 teams are equal offensively, no question, and they're 2 teams that never quit.
Right.
So you're going to see up and down the field. I think each coach is going to tell his guys, let's try to slow down every possession, keep possession, get the good shot, get the ball backed up, let's win our game that way.
All right, well, we're going to have the first game of the 2018 season. We'll have the opening face-off right after this here at mugsmedia.com.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
This game of the week is being brought to you by Friendly's Restaurant in Newton and Sussex. Locally owned and operated, come to Friendly's for great service, food, and make sure to leave room for dessert. Friendly's, Route 206 in Newton and Route 23 in Sussex.
We really encourage our beginners to come to Garden of Life because we don't want anyone to be afraid, and we take, in our fundamental classes, we break down the poses to the basics. We move very slowly, and we create a practice that's good for all bodies. There's this misconception that you have to be supple and limber and strong. No, you just have to have a really positive attitude, because there are yoga poses for everybody. There's yoga for healing. We also do therapeutic massages and yoga privates. So for those that are really needing to break down the poses, we do privates, very simple. We have fundamental classes where we just take each pose step by step by step. So everybody gets into the practice at their own level safely, with a big smile on their face when they leave here.
Tony's Pizza and Pasta in Hardiston, a family-owned and operated business. Stop in for a slice or a full meal. Catering is available and delivery is always free. Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Hardiston Mercantile Mall, Route 94 in Hardiston.
Whether it's being an active person in your everyday life, playing sports, or being fit at the gym, we all get our fair shares of aches and pains. And oftentimes our body's able to heal them on its own, which is great, and that's exactly what we want to have happen. But sometimes your body needs a little bit of help, and that's what we're here to offer. Regenerative medicine is tapping into your body's ability to heal on its own. It's really taken off, I think, in the last 5 to 10 years or so, when it became a lot more affordable to the general public. Professional athletes, Olympic athletes have been having access to things like PRP, or platelet-rich plasma therapy, stem cell therapies, and viscosupplementation for a long time now. But it used to be cost prohibitive to offer to the average Joe, the average person walking into our office. And I'm really excited to finally be able to bring some of these things that used to be accessible only to, the millionaires and billionaires of the world, to everyday people like you and me. When there's an injury in the body, what happens is there's an immune response that signals healing. And areas that have a great blood supply, like the skin, bleed immediately after there's an injury, like a cut. With that bleeding, platelets, which are in your bloodstream, come and adhere to that site, and those platelets signal other healing cells, white blood cells and so forth, to come to that area, signal stem cells that are circulating in your bloodstream to then come to that area, deposit there, and become new skin cells. When we get a fracture and we immobilize it, that bone regrows, and it regrows stronger. Regenerative medicine is really telling your body, or stimulating your body to pay attention to an area to heal it better, because it knows how. It just needs a little help. The nice thing about some of these treatments is they're not surgical. They have a quicker recovery. They can be done right in the office, and you see results pretty soon after treatment. And the goal is really just to get people back to running, to being active, to getting through their workday without noticing knee pain or shoulder pain or elbow pain that might be getting in the way of things. There's 3 things that I can offer patients. And they're applicable to the knee and shoulder, particularly for tendinitis. So there's viscosupplementation, there's platelet-rich plasma therapy, also called PRP therapy, and there's a 10X procedure that I do, which is a percutaneous tenotomy. And all 3 of these approaches highlight your body's ability to heal. For example, patellar tendinitis of the knee. So it's also called jumper's knee, and it's a cause of knee pain right in the front of the knee. You notice pain with walking, running, stair climbing, all around the kneecap sometimes. And what can happen is there can be microscopic injury from repetitive overuse of this patellar tendon. And over time, those small injuries wear away at the tendon and cause some scar tissue to develop. That scar tissue then causes pain. Now, each one of those injuries, because it's so small, wasn't big enough to cause bleeding and produce a healing response. What happens is you end up getting the scar tissue and inadequate healing. But what we can do with the 10X procedure, for example, or percutaneous tenotomy, is go into that tendon with an instrument the size of a needle and remove the scar tissue in a minimally invasive way. Removing that scar tissue is kind of like peeling off a scab. It creates a little bit of bleeding, and that bleeding is exactly what we're looking for to help the tendon heal. So we remove that scar tissue, create some bleeding, and allow the body to pay attention to that area to specifically heal the area that's injured. And I do all of these procedures with ultrasound guidance so that I'm targeting only the area that needs to be targeted and leaving all the healthy tissue intact and unaffected. Platelet-rich plasma therapy is another option that's a possibility, and this is done right in the office. So this is PRP therapy. And what it involves is, again, relying on this principle of blood flow improves healing. Your body just needs that blood to help get the healing response going. So what we do is we draw blood from a vein, just like a regular venipuncture if you were giving blood for a blood drive or for a blood test. And we put it into a centrifugation filtration system that spins the blood down, then concentrates those platelets and white blood cells and all the factors that help signal up your body's own healing response. We concentrate those factors and inject them with ultrasound guidance right into the area of pathology, which in the case of patellar tendinitis or a patellar tendon tear, or for example, a tennis elbow, common extensor tendon tear, we can actually see the tear on ultrasound and guide the needle, a very small needle, right into that area of injury and inject this platelet-rich plasma, which is then a signal for your body to come in there and build new tendon, which is exactly what's needed to help your body heal. And the neat thing about this is there's no hardware. You're healing essentially naturally, and it's a nice alternative to cortisone injection or other kind of medicines to subdue the body's response. It's actually taking advantage of your body's own capacity to heal. The third option is viscosupplementation, and viscosupplementation is injecting hyaluronic acid, which is a natural substance that's found in all of our knees. If I were to take a look at the knee of a healthy 10-year-old child and drain the fluid in it, I would find natural human hyaluronic acid. And now we found a way to synthetically make hyaluronic acid, which can be injected into a knee to help lubricate the knee joint, promote a more healthy, natural, youthful environment in the knee joint, and reduce pain due to wear and tear injuries to the knee. So these viscosupplementation injections are a nice maintenance therapy for osteoarthritis of the knee. They're designed to help lubricate the knee joint, help rejuvenate some of the cells that are in the joint, and reduce pain and improve function. These injections are usually covered by most insurance companies and can be offered twice a year as a maintenance therapy. When used alongside physical therapy and a good home exercise program.
I was diagnosed with tennis elbow. Dr. Shamim told me about regenerative medicine and how this procedure would help fix my elbow. We went into the operating room. She told me exactly what she was doing. It took about 20 minutes. There's no stitches with the procedure. It's just a little butterfly. I was in a sling, and for a couple weeks afterwards, the sling really was, if I was going out, that other people knew not to bump into me. It wasn't necessarily that I had to have a sling, but I unwrapped it 2 days later. I was able to shower. I started moving it. There honestly was no pain after the procedure. I feel great. I feel like I never had the pain before.
Sports is everything to me. Like my main goal is to go to the NFL. Of course, it's a big dream. It's a big goal. I played defensive end and offensive tackle. I got to the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, and Dr. Falco, after he had worked on me and checked me out, he told me that it could require like surgery, but instead of the surgery, he offered a PRP shot, which led me to Dr. Shameen. Before like the PRP shot and going through practice and going through the motions. I thought a lot about like my knee and how it hold up, if I make the wrong turn, make the wrong move, or tackle the wrong way of some sort. It's always in the back of my mind. It's always there. It's always bothering me. Like, after the shot, I felt fantastic. Like when you're in that game moment, I don't, think about my knee whatsoever. I don't think about cutting the wrong way. I don't think about tackling the wrong way. I don't think about the knee at all. I kind of just think about, hitting the quarterback or hitting the running back. You just come off the line, you hit the guy in front of you, you get off and you hit the quarterback for a nice sack. It's something setting you back and something hovering over your shoulder, really, really sets you back because you're questioning yourself constantly on how you want to perform and how hard you want to play. And it's very difficult, to overcome something like that. And the way the PRP shot really, helped me, overcome those fears, as you can say. It completely changed my football experience since I don't have to worry about my injury anymore.
When you start to develop an ache or pain, it's your body telling you something. It's really important to listen to that signal. And it's reasonable to give it a week or two or taking some over-the-counter analgesics. But if it hasn't gotten better in a couple of weeks, it's time to take it to a specialist. It's time to have someone take a look and see what's wrong and find out what you can do to help yourself heal and get to the bottom of what's going on faster rather than letting the process get worse. At the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, our job is to give you back your quality of life. I'm happy to help my patients get back to their sports and to their quality of life as quickly as possible.
And we're back here at Newton High School. There's a fired up Lenape Valley squad ready to take to the field. Thanks for joining us here on MugsMedia.com. Dan Cleary along with Sussex County Sports Hall of Famer George Morville. We'll give you the starting lineups. Lenape Valley and the visiting red. On the attack will be number 15, Nick Molinari, coming off a great football season. He's a sophomore. Number 11, Dom Fellini. He's a junior. And number 50 today will be Drew Togno. He's also listed at 13. He will be on the attack. Midfielders, number 18, Trevor Cassius. Number 24, Joe Amato. Number 2, Troy DuPont. Keep an eye on him. Defensively, John Spada. Number 5. Number 3, Drew Prickett. Number 20, Jack Varian. And in goal will be Jake Spada, and Liam Cherry will be the long stick midi, number 21. For the Newton Braves, a work in progress as far as the starters are concerned. Coach Bennington was still tweaking the lineup, but he did give us some names. On the attack, number 5, Matt Krawchuk. Number 8, Ryan Vandenberg. Number 9, Kyle Vandenberg. In the midfield, number 10, Giovanni Bavaco, who had a kind of a breakout season last year, George.
Absolutely.
He had a couple goals in the Beatty Cup. He can score. Grant Parker, rock solid, number 15. And Andrew Crusher, number 18. And the midfield, defensively, number 13, Jacob Estevez. He's going to have to be a leader back there because he's the only returning starter. Matt Welker, number 17. And Charles Topher, number 20. Bruno Fredes will be the long stick midi for them. He's number 16. And Chris Poliak will start in goal. And we'll see if the face-off man will be Tim Houlihan, number 31, who handled the duties last year. And, boy, on opening day, when you haven't had scrimmages, how big is a guy at face-off X?
It's what it's all about. If you can get that ball and continue to get that ball, it's going to make a huge difference today.
Especially with two experienced offenses going at it. So the teams will head out to the middle of the field. Again, this is a Pooley Division contest and not in the NJAC. And Coach, you and I have talked about it, and I've talked to some athletic directors in the NJAC. They're still okay with the two leagues, but I know at one point they just want to go strictly NJAC, and which will kind of hurt teams like Hackettstown,
yes,
Warren Hills, and Phillipsburg, who are in the Pooley, new to the game, out of Warren and Warren County. But right now, there's still, you can win two divisions, and our friend Scott Reed, who was our Coach of the Year last year, did that last year. He won the Colonial Division in the NJAC, and he won the Pooley Division. And you look back last year, George, Jefferson winning the Pooley and the NJAC Colonial. Newton, NJAC Independence.
Yep.
Vernon, Cruciate Division. Pope John, the United Division in the NJAC. And then Sparta, leading the pack leading the lacrosse teams out of Sussex County, out of the woods into the fire. Very competitive in the Fitch Pit Division.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to see what they're bringing to the table this year.
Well, if they stay healthy, Sparta, folks, I know we got this game coming up ahead of us, and it should be an entertaining one, but if you're a lacrosse fan and that Sparta team's at full strength, watch out. Stelios Krudos, Jesse West, Russell Eberding, one of the best face-off kids in the state, not just around here.
Oh, absolutely.
And he learned a lot last year going against the kids from Mountain Lakes, Del Barton, Summit, Westfield.
They all did.
Yes, they did.
There were no off days.
No, there weren't. And as far as the Pooley Division, no off days as well. I mean, you got Jefferson, Lenape Valley, Newton, Phillipsburg, who's much improved, and a big group 4, so they have a pool of kids to get from. Warren Hills, a big group 3. Hackettstown, P.J. Shea.
PJ's got him working down there,
yeah,
too.
he does, and he's got some good athletes. So Hackettstown's going to be no pushover. North Warren, Rob Steingel, year after year at a Group 1 school, is so competitive against everyone. He's got some good kids back in C.J. Aston and Connor Moore. And Mark Russell's doing his yeoman-like work over at High Point. So should be interesting. So it looks like it will be Tim Houlihan in the white will take the face-off for Newton. And for Lenape Valley, that looks like number 18, Trevor Cassius. Liam Cherry, along with Charles Topher from Lenape Valley Newton, closest to us on the wing. And we're about ready to start our first game of the 2018 season. George, you and I have been talking about this when I ran into you at a wrestling match. 12-minute quarters in high school lacrosse. We're about ready to start. And also we have to take into consideration first game for the officials as well.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they've done a few scrimmages.
And I was talking to them before. They didn't really get a chance to do many scrimmages simply because everything got canceled.
And like Brian Bennington said, even with the turf field, Lenape's got a turf field, you go ready to play, you get 8 inches of snow. So we are underway here at Newton High School, Palmer Field. Battle for the opening ground ball, and Troy DuPont battling with Bavacqua.
Okay, and that's Lenape Valley with the first face-off.
And the ball will pop loose. Bavacqua will scoop it up from DuPont. Bavacqua will bring it down the far wing. He makes the spin, and we'll see how long Newton takes before, and there's an unforced error right to start.
Yep, just let the guys come on the field. There's no need to throw the ball around there at all.
So the Pats will get it into the capable cross of Troy DuPont as Topher will pick him up. And it looks like Newton in a little bit of a zone there, Coach.
Yep, right now, put a little bit of pressure, but nothing tough in the back.
Again, Togno in there, as well as Joe Amato up top.
I think you're going to see a little bit of butterflies early on, too. I mean, not many guys have been outside much. They haven't been throwing it around. It's not crisp right now. Nice check.
Ball pops loose. Good D by the Braves. And that was number 16, Bruno Freitas, along Stibmity. And the Braves will get it and try to clear it out. Here comes a little bit of a ride.
No question that Newton has always shown the ability to get the ground ball, start the fast breaks going the other way, and that, that's what they're looking for, is opportunities with free shots.
Well, when you got the Vandenbergs out there, you got to take your chances.
Absolutely. And in a case like this, the Vandenbergs also know what's going on. They need to keep that slow down game.
Bavakwa will check back in for Newton, as well as Ron Lucchese, number 7 for Lenape Valley. I don't think that is Lucchese, because Lucchese played guard and defensive tackle, and that's number 7 is not that big. I think Ron's on the sideline, but we'll get that name. We'll stay here with the Braves as we're 2.5 minutes into this first quarter, no score.
No, that was a good shot he took, just bounced a little bit too much outside with the turf. Anxious to see how the goalies go with their first challenges.
Bavakwa sends it in. Low shot save.
Oh, there's a great save right off the bat. You stopped Vandenberg at point blank range. Nice job.
Beta with a very nice stop. On the crease, gets cleared away.
There's going to be a push there, and it's going to go red.
So Lenape Valley will get it. Newton will get their defensive personnel on. Brendan Reed, 30, will come on. And Amato and DuPont will come on for Lenape Valley. Still no score. No shots on goal yet for the Patriots. Actually, starting in goal right now, we said Poliak, but that looks like number 26. That is Poliak. McGovern's 25. We may say him. So DuPont tries to get free, dumps it off, shot.
Beautiful feed right there. Just they weren't quite ready for it. It's a good check.
No whistle yet. Still in. Battle for the ground ball. And that will roll over the end line. And it will be possession for the Newton Braves, trying to clear it out. Broken up. Good job by the Lenape Valley ride. They try to send it in, no one home. Poliak there. And he'll look to clear.
Yeah, and you're just seeing a little bit of wanting, starting to force something. There's no reason to force at this point.
Reed sent it up. No one got to it, and finally Lenape Valley gets to it. Spada, the long stick. Veteran defense in front of that freshman goalie, so key for Lenape Valley.
That's a good back check.
Lenape last year 10-11.
Krawchuk came all the way up from behind. Can't sleep.
Well, Nick Krawchuk playing at NJIT, his first Division I player to come out of the Newton program, which I can't believe. I was saying in the beginning, this is the 9th season for Brian Bennington. They started the program on the varsity level in 2010.
Yeah, it is hard to believe.
Same year Kittatinny started.
Yep. It seems like yesterday.
Can you believe we'll have our 9th Beatty Cup in a week or so?
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Shot. Fellini stays with it, feeds it up top. Ball loose. Newton will come up with it. Good check there. Who's going to get to the ground ball? Still loose. And we scooped up by number 20, Charles Topher.
A nice clear right there.
This is Grant Parker in the transition. He feeds it. And a good check from behind by Drew Pickett.
So far they've been having a lot of opportunities.
Here's one right there. Just goes wide. Togno looking for Fellini on the doorstep.
You can see the Christmas just isn't there yet right now.
Yeah, inside or a parking lot just doesn't do the justice.
No, it doesn't.
Lenape Valley will get its defensive personnel on. Poliak will take this in goal for the Braves. Still no scores. We approach the midway point of this first quarter.
Goalie got away with one right there. He went in and out of the crease.
Braves looking to clear. They're unable to. Scooped up in the middle. Good work there by Drew Pickett, the veteran. Here comes Drew Togno. Makes the dodge. Still has it. And then he gets leveled. Good job there on defense. That's Timmy Houlihan, 31.
And right now the coaches have got to be saying, where's everything we talked about here, guys? Slowing it down, set our offense up.
Both coaches profess to both of us we're going to have long possessions, and that hasn't happened. And Justin Meath from Lenape Valley is going to call his first time out. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Palmer Field, Newton High School. Nice day for opening day lacrosse, a little crisp and cool, but I don't see any rain. We'll have clouds. But we have a great day for opening day here at lacrosse here on Muggs Media. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary along with George Morville. Still no score, 6:15 to go, opening quarter. Justin Meath using the first of his timeouts.
I think the key so far is you got 7 unforced errors. And between the two teams, they just haven't slowed it down yet.
DuPont with the shot off the pipe. Still loose, and Newton will come out with it. Ball loose. Battle for the ground ball, and it'll roll over the sideline. And it will be Lenape Valley possession. Patriots will go to work. Michael Engelhardt, number 16, who was checked in. Works in the middle of the field and unable to connect. Still loose. And DuPont scoops it out. And we'll have a whistle. Is that failure to advance, George?
Failure to advance,
yep.
But they
that was a tough call. Well, Newton will look to get it over. This is Grant Parker, one of the veterans on this team. And thus far, because of unforced errors, Newton really hasn't had a chance to get it to the Vandenbergs.
No, absolutely. And I mean, DuPont had a real good shot there, actually hit 2 pipes.
Yes.
Typically 2 pipes means a goal.
Well, here's probably the longest possession of the game for either team. Newton taking it slow and working it around this Lenape Valley defense. This is Ryan Vandenberg. He does his work from back there at X.
Absolutely, and you're going to see the two brothers work the ball a lot. Setting picks for each other. Lenape's staying in their man right now. They feel pretty comfortable about continuing to throw them to the outside.
Shot and a save by Spada.
So Spada's got 2 saves so far, and the 2 opportunities that Lenape's had.
Crushlick sent that shot in.
Excuse me.
There's another
3 for
save.
3.
So good job by Spada. Broken up there, good defense. And that was number 17, Matt Welker. Ball still loose. Lenape Valley can't get to it. Poliak gets, he tries to rake it in, he does. As we're under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Neither team unable to find the back of the net as of yet. And as we were saying at the beginning of the broadcast, offense is both teams' strong points coming back, and not so far.
Not yet. Outside of 1 pipe and 3 saves.
They'll work it in. Trevor Casius works it over to Togno. Back to X to Fellini.
And this is what Coach wants to see. He wants to see get that ball moving, try to isolate DuPont, and see if you can come back.
DuPont does get free, goes high, and it will be Newton ball. Good job by Poliak to get back there. And Newton will look to clear it out. Estevez will track down the ball with 3:12 to go here in the first quarter. No score here in the Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Game 1 of the 2018 season. We'll have a full slate of girls and boys games coming your way. And I hope you enjoy a good ride there by Amato. Who's going to get there? Drew Togno scoops up the ground ball. Togno makes the turn. Still has it. Takes the shot and scores.
Nice job. Decided to hang on to it by himself.
Wait, are they going to call this off? Or was there a flag? No, they're going to call that off. Warding off, it looks like, Coach. No goal. I didn't see
comment.
I didn't see it, to be honest. But he was using the sign that he warded off. And the official called it right away, so no doubt in his mind. So
no, he obviously saw something we didn't.
Well, no goal, so we remain scoreless, 2:45 to go. Newton looking to clear it out. Kyle Vandenberg, he's a human clear himself. His brother can do it all by themselves. And he certainly does it. And it's going to come to the point where Vandenberg is going to say, we're going to take over here.
Absolutely. And that's basically what they said back there. They've lost the ball 3 times in a row on a clear.
And they came back. Yeah. So Newton with the possession, 2:15 to go. Cruciate. And looks like Newton's going to get into their settled attack here. Cruciate will bring it out to get the running start. Andrew D'Alessandro on him. Cruciate with the rip goes wide.
I'm afraid that's not the shot you want to be taking. You know, even young goalies, 18, 20 yards out.
And with no one back there.
Exactly.
That's if you don't score, you lose possession. And that's exactly what happened. Lenape Valley will look to clear it out. Spada trying to get it to DuPont, broken up in the middle of the field. As we said, the Vandenberg's outstanding hockey players, so you got to watch when that ball's on the turf.
Absolutely. They're just great athletes, too. Step it in.
Fellini tries to give it up, comes through. Lenape Valley gets the fortuitous bounce. Shot, goal, Lenape Valley, Nick Molinari.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
So Molinari, just a sophomore, George, and he is a athlete. And
absolutely. He put nice shot, picked it up. He was about 8 yards out and let it fly. You can't let him walk in like that.
He had close to 1,000 yards rushing for Lenape Valley out of that Delaware wing tee where Troy DuPont was the main guy. But Molinari, as tough as it comes as a fullback.
Absolutely.
And he's got a great future ahead of him in football. This is the first I've seen him in lacrosse, and he gives Lenape Valley the 1-0 lead over Newton with 1:29 to go here in the first quarter. So we'll go back to face-off X. It will be Houlihan for Newton. And we'll see if that's Trevor Casius again, number 18. Let's see if they switched that up. No, it was him. And a whistle will be on Lenape Valley, so Newton will get the possession, But Bavacqua gives it up. This is Krawchuk. The Cruciate. Boy, we've said a lot of that last name for Newton over the years, huh?
We certainly have.
Their brothers playing here, all great players for Coach Brian Bennington. And that's a cool thing about building a program, that now you're getting the family things going in. Bavacqua shakes the defender, takes the shot, saved by Spada right on the doorstep.
Spada really showing that he came to play.
In the transition on the doorstep, shot saved by Poliak, and the rebound goal, Drew Togno.
Togno standing there looking for the rebound and picked it up.
So after no scoring, we've had 2 goals in the last minute, and Drew Togno gets the goal with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Poliak made a great save, but on the rebound, and how many times you see that, Coach, after the great save, if you're not clearing it or holding on to it, right on the doorstep, Drew Togno with the goal. We have a 2-0 game. We'll head back to face-off X, and it will be Trevor Cassius, number 18 for Lenape Valley, and Timmy Houlihan for the Newton Braves.
And you go back and you look at the shot selection before, taking a shot with a minute left. You got time to just run the clock down, try to tie it up, and, start the second quarter. You don't want to be taking shots that are low percentage hits.
Now, if you win this face-off, Coach, do you hold for one shot, 45 seconds?
Absolutely.
Unless you have something, obviously, an open net.
Absolutely.
We'll see who gets it. It will be the Newton Braves. Charles Topher gives it up.
Yeah, again, your unforced errors right there. We have plenty of time. We got 30 seconds left at that point.
Now Lenape Valley has that 29 seconds to do what it needs to do. We'll see if Newton puts on the ride with the Vandenbergs and Krawchuk. Spada, freshman goalie. Amato's going to come over. And Spada's going to walk out. 20 seconds. Still waiting. Gets rid of it.
Now you want to push it down as quickly as possible.
This is Cherry, the veteran long stick midi with a nice move. 8 seconds. He's going to have to get rid of it or take it himself. 4 seconds. He's going to have to wind up and shut. He's got an open lane. Takes the shot on the bounce. It'll go wide. And the first quarter will come to an end. Pooley Division Battle, opening day here at Newton High School. Our score, Lenape Valley 2, Newton 0. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
Welcome back to Palmer Field here at Newton High School. Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Dan Cleary along with George Moorville, Lenape Valley with a 2-0 lead. I want to thank the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, Tim's Auto and Truck Repair in Sussex, Newton Medical Center, part of the Atlantic Health System. Go to atlantichealth.org. Sussex County Community College. Go to sussex.edu, start here, go anywhere. Home Furniture Warehouse right down the street, 75 Mill Street. Our friend Jesse Rowe, great furniture. Friendly's at Route 206 Hampton and Route 23 in Wantage. Great ice cream, great food, great for the family. It's Friendly's. Tony's Pizza and Pasta Restaurant, Route 94 in Hardison, open 7 days a week. They deliver and they have great pizza, great meals, hot and cold subs. It's Tony's Pizza and Pasta, 973-209-7775. And Garden of Life Yoga and Massage Center located right off Route 23 in the Boulder Hills Mall in Wantage, celebrating 14 years. I'm going to bring on my partner, George Moorville. George, your thoughts on the first quarter? Not much until the last minute plus when Lenape Valley jumped out to the 2-0 lead.
Absolutely, and what you would expect in a season where you had very little outside practice time. 10 unforced errors, 6 on Newton's side, 4 on Lenape's side. Spada showed a nice job in the goal. He had 4 saves in that first period. Newton had 1 big save, very big save. So I think you saw the first quarter of the first game of the year type play.
Exactly.
To be honest with you.
With 0 scrimmages for Newton under their belt and only 2 for Lenape Valley. So Lenape Valley will start the second quarter with the possession.
That's a cross check right there for sure.
And we have our first flag of the day. Was a fairly obvious one.
Came up a little high.
So we'll have
I
our
thought
first
it was
penalty.
Houlihan, was it?
Yep, Houlihan's coming off, number 31. And non-releasable, George.
Oh.
I think he gave us the old...
apparently he felt it was to the head then. I know he was up high. I didn't see head contact, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there, that's for sure.
Well, it's our first time this game and obviously this season, a man-up situation for either team. See how Lenape Valley approaches it.
They like to feed the center. You know, you can't afford to have a mistake like that when you're man up, especially when it's just anything goes.
And there's a ball that pops out. Lenape Valley fortunate if DuPont gets to it. Swings it over.
That was a great feed. Absolutely great feed.
Estevez gets there for Newton. They'll look to clear it, run some clock. Here comes the ride. Good job by Fellini. He realizes they're a man up.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, you got a young kid there playing for the first time.
Dangerous.
Beyond dangerous. Again, he's the last guy you want having the ball right now is the keeper.
And Lenape Valley wind up shot, excuse me, taken there by Nick Molinari. He has 1 goal today.
And again, that's it's a decent shot, but when you're man up, you get much better opportunities than that.
And Lenape Valley will go back to work. They are a man up with Molinari, Amato, DuPont, Fellini.
They're just running the wheel right there, and again,
Shot goes high.
you're taking shot 12 to 13 yards out. Those aren't high percentages, and they can get inside. No question they can get inside.
Trevor Cash is the other player out there. For Newton, it's Estevez, Topher, Parker, Krushtik, and Welker on the special teams defense.
And I think Coach Bennington's going to say, keep taking those shots from 12 to 15 yards because that's just going to buy us time.
Certainly will. Non-releasable. So even if Lenape Valley scores, they will still be a man up until the penalty is expired. We have another whistle.
Play with an open hand there.
So Lenape Valley will restart in the corner.
So far, doing a great job of just forcing them to take the outside shots. I mean, that's good D if you can keep it that way.
And again, good defense there. Who's going to get to it? Poliak will scoop it up. So nicely done by Bruno Freitas, number 16. He was going for the ball there, but he forced the initial turnover.
Yeah,
Houlihan.
it's a good call at the timeout right now because they're not getting quality shots whatsoever, and he's going to tell them, come on.
And Houlihan was about ready to possibly check back in here for the penalty to expire. So we'll get a timeout. We'll step aside. We'll be back here with the Muggs Media Game of the Week right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Palmer Field here at Newton High School. Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Justin Meath using his second time out here in the first half. 9:51 to go. They are a man up after the cross check to the head by Newton. And Coach Meath calling a timeout, set up a play here in the possession. Even if the penalty runs out, they'll still have the ball if they're smart with the ball.
Absolutely. And what they're looking at right now is keep it in tight, get good shots, don't take the outside shots. And I think what they're seeing,
there's a shot and a goal.
Yep.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
And trying to get the number there, folks. And it was number 15 with the goal, Nick Molinari, his second.
And that was from Togno, I believe.
So Molinari will make it a 3-0 game for Lenape Valley with 9:45 to go, and it'll be a man-up goal.
I think the other thing they've seen is you got two young keepers that are not confident in throwing the ball. So, I mean, I'm the coach. Every time you see a save or the ball going to the keeper, I'm putting pressure on him.
So Houlihan back out there for the face-off for Newton. Trevor Cassius out there as well, number 18. I believe that's him. So Molinari with 2 goals today to lead the way for Lenape Valley. Drew Togno with the other tally, 3-0. That's where we stand. Actually, it was Andrew D'Alessandro taking it for Lenape Valley, and he'll win it. Backs up to Fellini. Fellini's got some territory. You don't want to leave him alone too long.
No, but he's also, I think Coach has been pretty serious about let's set up our team play, start making good shots, working that ball.
DuPont back to Fellini.
And you got DuPont going over to his strong side. You'll see him probably look to come across right now. Fellini's looking to feed.
That's what Fellini does so well back there. He
there
dumps
it
it off. Shot
yeah.
And a goal, and that's Trevor Cassius with the goal, number 18.
That was just real good ball.
And Lenape Valley starting to take over here, Coach.
And they're settling down. I mean, they're settling down and doing exactly what they said they were going to do, and that's making good, crisp passes and finding the open men.
And that's what you want to do, just keep tacking on to your lead. We'll head back to X, so 4-0 our score. Nick Molinari with 2 goals, Trevor Cashiers with a goal, and Drew Togno with the other goal for the Patriots. So we'll head back to X. I believe that's Max Weiss, number 7 for Newton in the white. He comes in to take it. And that's going to be won by Lenape Valley as Trevor Cassius, who had the goal, wins the faceoff. On the doorstep, behind the back. And a great save by Poliak.
That was a super save. Once again, you had the Vandenbergs both up, going across the line to bring the ball back up the field. So they're looking to get the ball into their hands and control it.
Well, if you would have asked me before the game, would the Vandenbergs be scoreless after a quarter plus, I'd say you're crazy. Just on their sheer athletic ability out of the transition.
Absolutely. And again, it's been sloppy play with a lot of errors.
And we got
going to have a man
flag
up coming.
So Newton will be a man up. They'll keep possession. Once they either score or lose possession, that's when the whistle will stop play.
This is a great time to take some time off, get the exact shot you want, not something from way out there.
Parker right on with the shot, but a save there by Spada. And Newton will have its first man-up opportunity. Lenape Valley had a man up and scored. So we'll see how the Braves approach this. 1 minute. So it's the Vandenbergs, Ryan and Kyle, Krushtik, Krawchuk, and Bavakwa out there for the Braves. We'll see if they can, Grant Parker out there for the Braves. We'll see if they can create an offensive opportunity and get them on the scoreboard as they trail by 4-0. I got a piece of it was a Liam Cherry, the long stick midi. Trey Stassi, number 6, one of those freshmen that Coach Meath said he's very excited about.
Yeah.
He's in there on the special teams D. So you got a freshman in goal and a freshman playing special teams D on the man up. Parker shot wide. Stay here. Vandenberg on the backup.
They're taking decent shots, but they can get in a little tighter.
Spada, Pickett, Cherry, and the freshman in there, number 6, Stasi.
Watch the sneak is what they're looking for, trying to get the Vandenbergs either sneaking opposite or backside pass.
Ryan Vandenberg sends it back to X to Bavakwa. Penalty's going to be running out pretty soon. There's a shot and a goal. Newton gets on the scoreboard, and it's Kyle Vandenberg.
Goal, Ryan Vandenberg.
And I believe that was Parker that assisted that from the middle. And that was real good ball movement. They just kept it going. Come around and you can't give them 6 yards out. Put it in the book.
I had that as number 9 scoring that Kyle Vandenberg.
Kyle?
He announced Ryan.
No, I had him down as Kyle also.
And Kyle's number 9. That's why the goal scorer, correct? Right?
Definitely.
All right. And you know what, Georgia? It wouldn't even matter they had their helmets off. They're twins. So good job there by the Braves. They score. Houlihan looking for a whistle. He's not going to get it. Ball's loose. And Lenape Valley will come up with it. So that would be a man-up goal right at the end of the penalty expiring.
Both teams taking advantage of their man-up, which is what you got to do in that situation.
As we approach the midway point of the second quarter, Newton getting on the scoreboard. They trail 4-1 to the Lenape Valley Patriots. Estevez on Fellini. He gives it up. Molinari looking to shoot. Good poke truck from behind. Estevez gets to it. Amato breaks it up. Will it stay in? It does. Good work there by Prp Parker.
Yep, that's good hustle.
And Coach Brian Bennington telling him, slow down now.
Yep. And that's what we're used to seeing from a Newton team. You know, great hustle, hard ground balls, winning every possession that they can.
Bavacqua swings it over to Vandenberg. Kyle Vandenberg gets it back up to Grant Parker. Bavacqua. Lenape Valley's got to keep an eye on him. He has absolute ability to score. It's not just the Vandenberg. You got to watch out for him. They're going to send DuPont in. There you go. So he'll pick up Andrew Krushik, who comes in, and Amato, great play there. In the transition, looking for Togno, trying to keep it in, and unable to, so Newton will get it back.
And there's again a case of trying to make something where it wasn't really there. Now here's where I'd be putting pressure, hard pressure on him.
Poliak still in goal, number 26, as we said, Coach Bennington said we may see Michael McGovern at some point today.
Right.
So the Braves get it back. Houlihan comes in, bounces out of his stick. And that'll roll out and will be a Lenape Valley possession. 4:38 to go.
He's got DuPont dead center.
Varian will try to get it to him.
Not sure who he was sending that one to.
Good check there by the Pats.
Absolutely.
They'll keep the possession, working their way up. Amato will put on the brakes, send it in the middle, and good defense by the Braves, but we'll stay here with the Pats.
Yeah, and they're collapsing on the middle. They're doing a really good job with that.
Good job by Trevor Cassius. Amato. Trying to work his way in. Shot doesn't go through. Estevez with the defense. Trying to get to that ground ball, and Fellini gets there first. So Lenape Valley will keep the ball. 3:40 to go. Shot goes wide.
Go back.
But Amato will hustle there and get there, and Lenape Valley will keep it. And this is Amato. Swings it over. Good ball movement here. Low shot wide by Togno. That was a rocket.
Shot selection is good. I think they've got to push it up further, though.
And the scoreboard has gone out. So we'll have to give you our best guess how much time is left. My guess would be about 2 minutes.
Tried the inside roll.
Poliak.
Nice check. Very nice check. Obviously, they weren't keeping it on the field.
No, they were not. Clock. Well, I don't know what happened with the clock issue. And they're going to address the clock issue, folks. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton High School. Got the scoreboard back and running. 3:26 to go. 4-1 our score. Lenape Valley with the lead. Second quarter action of the Muggs Media Game of the Week. Now, which coach would you think want that to be double zeros right now? Who wants halftime right now?
No question in my mind. Brian liked to
go in down 3.
Absolutely.
Well, they're going to play it at 3:26. Newton has it. They'll look to clear, which has not been an easy thing today for either squad. Parker.
This is what they want. They want fast breaks. Okay, that's good. Back it out. It's not there, and that's exactly what Brian's thinking. Let's back it out and start again.
And Brian calls a timeout to set up the possession with 3:11 to go. We'll step aside, folks. We'll be right back.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton High School, Muggs Media Game of the Week. Coach Brian Bennington of Newton calling a timeout with 3:11 to go. He's got the possession as his team trails by 3. Opening day, hope you're enjoying it. You know, George, with the March we had, I didn't think this day was going to happen.
No. And this was one of the few times that I've said, God, I didn't have to worry about it at all this year, you know, because it's hard on the coach, it's hard on the team. You know, parents
Right.
want to see more time someplace, and it just doesn't happen.
Absolutely. I live up in Vernon, Ice Station Zebra, and I still got about 3 feet in my yard. So Newton with the ball. On the possession, they'll work it up top over to Gianna Bivacqua. Bivacqua trying to shake Cherry, takes the shot on the backup. Newton keeps it, shot wide.
That's the kind of possession Brian's looking for, too. Make sure you got somebody behind, you know, make the good close shot.
The freshman Spada made that a fairly tough call for the official with the good hustle, but Newton keeps the possession, 2:35 and running.
I don't think they'd mind at all keeping that possession right down in that last 30, 45 seconds, you know, and get one good shot off.
Probably not a bad idea.
4-2 sounds a lot better than 5-1.
Absolutely. This is Parker. He's going to wind up. He takes a shot, goes wide. We'll stay here with the Braves. Smarter possession, as Coach Moorville pointed out, than a couple of the previous ones, where they just took a rip and there was no one there. This is Vandenberg. Tries to work his way around. Gets knocked down. Trying to keep it in. Will he get there? And the Bulls stay with Newton.
Calling that a shot.
Yeah, they are.
I would have been screaming shot myself.
Absolutely. You know? So 1:45 to go. Grant Parker with the shot is saved by Spada. And right on him is Bivacqua. Bivacqua trying to poke it out at the freshman stick. But Lenape Valley will try to clear it out. Liam Cherry taking all sorts of shots. He still has it. Is he going to get it across? He does. Lenape Valley has it. A little unsettled here with Fellini.
And Fellini knows there's plenty of time. You don't need to force it.
All over him is Charles Topher. And Lenape Valley will get its offensive personnel on the field with 1:05 to go here in the second quarter. They have that 4-1 lead, and as Coach pointed out, 5-1 sounds a lot better than 4-2, and that's what Lenape Valley's trying to do right now. Still on his feet, DuPont, shot goal!
Nice shot.
Troy DuPont with his first goal of the year. That's just physicality and skill right there.
Yeah, it was. He tried to check him up, and he ran right through him. He did a lot of running through people, from what I understand, all season.
Absolutely. In football, he was tremendous. As he's congratulated on the sidelines, he's just a great athlete.
He is, absolutely.
And a good kid, too. So there's that 5-1 score Coach Morville was talking about. Now, 55 seconds ago, plenty of time. Newton needs to win. Well, they would love to win this face-off. It'll be Houlihan and Cassius. And hold the ball and get a final shot. And to your point, 6-1's a lot better than 5-2. So Lenape Valley does win it. Off the face-off. Molinari trying to dump it inside, broken up, nicely done by the Newton D. On the ride. Ball pops loose again. Fellini, great look on the doorstep. Shot, goal! Nice. Drew Togno with the goal. Fellini, terrific look. Go ahead, George.
Exactly what we're talking about. Take as much possession time as you can. Keep that ball away from an offense that's just waiting to take off.
So Togno gets his second goal of the year, but give all the credit to Mr. Fellini. That was a great look, and it's 6-1.
Absolutely.
34 seconds to go.
He held it right to the last minute before dumping it in there. Just great lacrosse.
So Togno with 2 goals. And we'll head back to face-off X, 34 seconds to go. Weiss in there for Newton, number 7. I think that's D'Alessandro, number 1 for Lenape Valley. It is. And another possible win here for Lenape, and they will get it.
Yeah, they've been dominating on the face-offs.
They certainly have. Joe Amato's got some room. He dumps it up on the doorstep. Shot,
and that's Fellini.
Wow.
Face-offs are making a huge difference right now.
That's 3 goals in the last 40 seconds. And this is coming off when Coach Brian Bennington had called the timeout.
Exactly.
With 3:26 to go. Didn't get it. Amato broke it up. And Brian Bennington's not going to wait that 15 seconds to talk to his team. He's going to call the timeout right now.
He's got to stop the bleeding right now.
And he's got to figure out what he needs to do at face-off X. We'll come back right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton High School. Brian Bennington from Newton calling the timeout with 15 seconds to go. And as we said right before the break, he was not pleased with 3 goals scored by Lenape Valley in 40-something seconds, and now he's going to use his 3rd face-off man. And this will be number 18, Andrew Cruciate. It was 15 seconds, plenty of time to score a goal.
Absolutely. I think he's just going to tell him, clamp down, take the face-off out of the game.
And that's what it's been. Lenape Valley won those face-offs and put in 3 goals. Troy DuPont, Drew Togno, and Dom Fellini. And a good job by Cruciate. 10 seconds. They have a chance to get something going here, but it's going to be turnover for the moment. Ball still loose, and the horn will sound. So 1.5 in the books here at Palmer Field at Newton High School. Pooley Division Showdown opening day. It's Lenape Valley 7, Newton 1. We'll be back with 3rd quarter action right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
A lot has changed in orthopedics over the years. Right now, the big thing is regenerative medicine, looking at cartilage restoration and taking somebody who's got an injury or a joint that's starting to go and rejuvenate that joint, allow them to continue being active much later in life without having to do joint replacements. That being said, joint replacements has also gone significant. They are lasting a lot longer. We see that, average knee replacements last in 20, 25 years, which is a lot longer than it was even 15 years ago. So patients were able to stay active. We're able to take younger people who we would have said, hey, look, you got to wait to get your joint replacement. We can do it now. We can keep you moving, keep you healthy, and I think that's the way to go. So the biggest thing I've seen change in orthopedics, really so much as in orthopedics, is people. People are being active a lot longer into their 70s and 80s. I've got patients in their 70s who run marathons. And so our job is to keep these people going, keep them moving. Two things happen. One, our tendons, our joints degenerate. Our tendons soften, they weaken. We're much likely to tear something, much likely to injure something. The other thing that happens is we get tight. Our tendons, our hamstrings, our quad tendons all get tight. We lose muscle mass, we get weaker, and all that increases the injury rate. So the key is helping people, one, stay flexible, two, stay strong. The injuries that we see in people in their 40s is different than the injuries we see people in their 70s. As we get older, we're much more likely to get injured. We talk about, in terms of less is more to some extent, but keep people moving. The more we move, the better. The difference between things that we see between athletes and the non-athletes, that line's actually getting a lot blurred over the years. We see athletes, especially in kids, they're becoming much more aggressive in terms of how they're training. They're training harder, they're getting stronger, they're faster. And then as we get into our 30s and 40s, a lot of the same injuries we'll see somebody on the weekend warrior is also the same injury as the guy who's doing construction. Same muscle groups, same type of activities. Our job is to keep these people moving, to get them healthy again and get them back either to work or back out in the playing field. In the knees, typically what we'll see is meniscal tears. They're very, very common. As we get older, that meniscus tissue weakens and it's much easier to tear it. We see that, in people in their 50s, skiing is a big one. Somebody will fall, have a twist, tear their meniscus. Another one is anterior cruciate ligament tears. That's very, very common. We see that in a lot of soccer players, skiers. We're doing more and more reconstructive surgery on people, and much later in life, people that we would have never reconstructed 20 years ago are saying, hey, look, I'm active, I want to stay active, and we're fixing them, doing their surgery, and they're doing great. Shoulder, a lot of things that we see is rotator cuff injuries, from tendinitis to partial tears to full tears. The rotator cuff is basically what keeps your shoulder moving. And so again, we're working on these folks. A lot of it's not surgery, a lot of it's rehab, sometimes injections. And the folks that need surgery, we're able to repair these folks a lot less invasive and get them back to playing tennis, back working. Folks are doing well. It really helps with people and their quality of life. It's a matter of twofold. One, a lot of folks are weekend athletes. They work really hard during the week, and then they get out and they play really hard during the weekend, sometimes too hard. And our job is to get them back safely, doing what they love to do. Same thing with folks who get injured at work. They come in, they need to go back to work, we get them healthy, and we get them back working. A lot of folks will let things go. You know, they get an injury or something gets sore, it'll go away. They'll wait. 6 to 8 months go by and they finally come in to see us. And a lot of times it would have been much easier to have taken care of that problem earlier. That being said, it's pretty common. Folks will come in and we can treat them. We always say it's a good idea to come in, and if it's nothing too bad, great. You know, we can kind of fix whatever the ailment is before it gets worse. So we always recommend folks, you know, not putting stuff off. I have a 16-year-old female rugby player, tore her ACL. She basically came in, we evaluated her, MRI scan, diagnosed her tear. She had reconstructive surgery. She's currently, you know, healing and rehab. We expect to be able to get her back on the rugby field within 3 or 4 months. You know, 40-year-old gentleman, construction worker, tears his rotator cuff, comes in, workman's comp injury. You know, I can't work, I can't lift, it's killing me. We'll go ahead and diagnose it, MRI scan, and reconstruct his rotator cuff, and within 3 months he's back working. Rotator cuff tears are interesting. The rotator cuff is what controls the shoulder. The rotator cuff attaches to the bone, and many times it tears off the bone. As a result, the mechanics of the shoulder get altered, and patients come in, typically they have pain and weakness. Diagnosis is typically done by MRI scan. Surgery is done arthroscopically, meaning it's all done inside the shoulder, and what we do is repair that tendon back down into the bone. Takes a little while to heal. There's a biology that has to occur. They're typically immobilized for about a month after the surgery, and then a rehab program starts, and that usually goes on for a couple of months. About 85–90% of people with rotator cuff tears do very well. Typical knee injuries that we'll see, one is a meniscal tear. In an adult, typically the tear, what'll happen is the meniscus will tear. It creates a flap of tissue that rubs inside the knee. It causes irritation, sometimes even mechanical symptoms such as locking and giving way. We'll go in arthroscopically in an adult and we'll trim out the torn piece. Sometimes we'll repair it, sew it back together again, get that meniscus to heal so this tissue doesn't rub. Anterior cruciate ligament injury is very common. We see it a lot in young athletes. The ACL is a stabilizing ligament in the knee. That'll get torn. If left untreated, the knee is unstable, so we will go ahead and reconstruct it. We'll go ahead and recreate a new ligament for them. It does really well. 90% of folks do great. They heal well. We rehab them, get them back on the playing field. One of the nice things about the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey is we have specialists that takes care of every body part. As a shoulder and knee reconstructive surgeon, folks will come see me as a specialist in the shoulder and knee. But interestingly enough, somebody may come in with shoulder pain, but it's really their cervical spine that's causing their problem, not their shoulder. We'll go ahead and see them, diagnose it, and say, hey, look, we're going to have you go see my partner who's a spine specialist, and he's going to take excellent care of you. So we can really take care of the body soup to nuts, head to toe. We not only do reconstructive surgery, but regenerative medicine and non-operative treatment. A lot of folks don't need surgery. They can come in, we can diagnose, sometimes injections, medication, therapy, and we can get them back to doing what they want to do. Interestingly enough, looking at the different injuries that men and women can have, women have a tendency to have more knee problems. Specifically, women are much more higher risk at tearing their anterior cruciate ligament than men are. Statistically speaking, if we have a group of female athletes, group of male athletes, more of those female athletes will tear their anterior cruciate ligament. There's been a lot of work done on preemptive rehab for these folks to teach them how to perform on the on the court, on the field, to prevent these injuries. And that is changing in terms of the number of these injuries that we see. We get tight as we get older. Our ligaments, our tendons all tighten up. And stretching is a huge preventative medicine type thing. Folks don't stretch. Even weekend warriors will go out and just, all right, let me go play basketball, and they'll just hop out of their car and go start playing. There's no warm up, there's no stretch. And that's really important. Loosen the muscles up, get them warmed up, get them working at peak capacity before you start doing something. And the other is strength. We all lose strength as we get older. Our muscle mass decreases and our muscles are just less resilient. And so, in terms of working out, we like to say, you should be doing 3 days a week of aerobic type exercise and 2 days a week of strength training. On a personal note, I tore my meniscus several years ago skiing. Caught a tip, wiped out, kind of got up and said, oh, my knee kind of feels funny. As with most people, I continued to ski that day. That night, my knee just swelled up, and I went, oh, that's not so good. MRI scan, had a tear in the meniscus. Tried rehabbing a little bit, started really getting mechanical symptoms in the knee, mechanical locking, and subsequently had arthroscopic surgery. Post-surgery, I went back to work 3 or 4 days later, started riding my bike 3 weeks later, started running about 2 months later, and knock on wood, I'm doing great. I'm a big exercise fanatic. I think it's important. So my poor wife I drag out. We go bike riding, walking. Both my kids, I have 2 boys, 24 and 20, and they're very active. They play soccer, tennis, both work out, pretty much daily. Unfortunately, they're both now much faster and stronger than I am. So, but yeah, it's part of my life, and I try to impart that on my patients also. I think one of the big things with orthopedics is going to be cartilage restoration, in terms of being able to take a patient who's got an injury to their knee or shoulder where they've got cartilage damage, and being able to restore that cartilage. Right now, that's a huge topic, tons of research going on in there. And I think we're going to be able to take an individual who has an injury and be able to salvage their knee or shoulder without subsequently having to do joint replacement surgery. And I think that's really where the big kick's going to go.
Welcome back to Newton High School as Muggs Media presents the High School Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week Pooley Division Battle. A strong end to the second quarter has given Lenape Valley a 7-1 lead over Newton. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary, along with Sussex County Sports Hall of Famer George Morville. I want to thank our sponsors, Orthopedic Institute, New Jersey. Check out their Live Well tips on the Sports Beat. Tim's Auto and Truck Repair, Loomis Avenue in Sussex. Watch Tim's Auto tips on the games of the week. Newton Medical Center, part of the Atlantic Health System, serving the community. Go to atlantichealth.org. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere. Go to sussex.edu. Friendlies of Route 206 Hampton, Route 23 in Wantage. Great food, great ice cream, great for the family. It's Friendlies. Game is also being brought to you by Home Furniture Warehouse. Go see our friend Jesse Rowe at 75 Mill Street, right down the road. Great furniture selection. Tony's Pizza and Pasta Restaurant, Route 94 in Hardison, open 7 days a week. They deliver delicious meals, hot and cold subs, and great pizza. It's Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Route 94 Hardison, 973-209-7775. And the Garden of Life Massage and Yoga Center, celebrating 14 years, located right off Route 23 in the Boulder Hills Mall. We want to thank all of our sponsors. Going to bring in my partner, George Morville. George, you have some numbers and your thoughts on the first half.
Well, the first half, some of the key numbers were unforced errors, and Newton led the way there with 11, similar to what they just did right there. In the last 45 seconds, 3 goals. I mean, basically it came down to the whole game change. We were talking about 4-1 is you know, Newton had a chance, good chance to score and did not. So we looked at saves from Lenape Valley's standpoint. 7 saves early on. That really, really did a nice job. Scoring-wise, you got pretty balanced with Lenape, 2 from Togno, 2 from Molinari, Fellini, DuPont, and Cuesis each putting 1 on the board. Kyle Vandenberg scored for Newton. I think really what we're going to have to see here is ball control if Newton wants to keep in this game. They can't get in a run and gun because Lenape's, they got the horses there.
But as you said, that final 55 seconds couldn't have gone any worse for Newton or any better for Lenape Valley. Troy DuPont, Drew Togno, and Fellini all scoring. Offsides was just called. I think everyone in the stands was yelling for it, and then finally the official just turned, put his hands down, like, calm down, I got it, offsides. So Newton will get the possession. And George, one of your best players, and probably the best player you coached, who's now the head coach at Sussex County Community College, will start their program next spring. Kevin Nissel in the house. Your thoughts on him bringing lacrosse to the county college? Shot goes
Just
wide.
Outstanding choice by the college. I had opportunity to talk to them up there about the program and building a program and the opportunities we have in this county right now. I mean, Sussex County Community College is going to be the only lacrosse program in, you know, Morris or Sussex, and so you're going to be able to recruit kids that want to go to the D1, D2 schools that need some more tuning up.
Right.
And Kevin's going to have that opportunity. Kevin knows the game. He's an outstanding individual, so I'm really, really happy to see it.
He was here today checking out some players. Hopefully he has no problem filling up that roster, and hopefully Sussex County Community College will be the place to be for junior college lacrosse.
Absolutely.
Parker with the shot, and it sneaks its way in.
Well, that's where Newton had to do to start this off.
Oh, Grant Parker.
So Grant Parker, big goal there. Spada just kind of lost track of it. And it makes it 7-2 with 10-11 to go here in the third quarter. That's exactly what Newton needed at the end of that second quarter.
Definitely.
So getting on the scoreboard is Grant Parker, one of the returnees on this squad.
Spada had done a great job in that first period and second period, you know, picking off tough shots. That wasn't a tough shot. It actually went off his stick. So maybe a little more focus, but let one like that go, you don't worry about it.
He was very frustrated, but the defenders all came over and talked to him.
Yeah, just.
But this has been the story. Lenape Valley has been controlling face-off X.
Here's a push from behind.
Liam Cherry, the long stick midi, will scoop it up, and Lenape Valley's in the transition. Gives it up to Togno. He has 2 goals and no one home. Poliak is still in goal.
That was a great check. Looked like he was trying to do it behind the back, and
so Poliak still in there. As we said, we may see McGovern, or we might even see Evan Blake in goal, but I wouldn't say, I'm not putting this one on Poliak.
No.
He's made the saves when he's had to.
Yeah, he certainly has.
And this is where Newton needs to get on track with the Vandenbergs.
Once again, they sent them both down, you know, looking to help in that clear.
This is Kyle Vandenberg. He scored the goal, or the first goal, I should say. Grant Parker with the other goal.
And again, there's plenty of time left. It's a matter of making good decisions.
Just chip away, chip away.
Absolutely.
Parker up top to Bavakwa, goes through. And a nice win there on the ground ball by Lenape Valley. In the transition, they get it to Togno. He breaks in, one-on-one, shot, and a goal!
Togno knows how to finish.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
That gives him 3 on the day. And he makes it an 8-2 game with 8:43 to go.
And again, that was an unforced error on that pass. I mean, they got to control the ball.
But the key there on that goal, George, and he's being congratulated, the freshman, another one of those freshmen, Gavin Coles.
Yeah.
Number 12 set that up. And he gets a well-received, well-deserved, I should say, reception on that bench. His freshman, Gavin Coles, was terrific getting it to Togno.
Anytime you can get it to somebody that knows how to finish, it just, whether you get the assist or not makes no difference. You just know it's going to be a goal.
Togno with the hat trick, 6-goal lead for Lenape Valley. We head back to face-off X. Houlihan back in there, but D'Alessandro will win it for Lenape Valley. He dumps it off to Fellini. Swings it back to Togno. He swings it around. Good thought.
That was good ball movement. Now they just want to get the ball and settle it down.
And there's a push. No. And will be Newton ball. The Braves will look to clear it out. Dangerous there. Togno gets to it.
And again, they're just forcing too many errors in there.
And we have a flag coming. Molinari looking for his 3rd goal. He gets it.
He gets it.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
So Nick Molinari joining Togno in the hat trick club. It goes up 9-2. There was a flag. I don't know if they're going to wave that off or not.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it was. Was that Fellini with the assist, or was that...
I'm not sure, George, to be honest.
Hill. It was Hill or Fellini. I'm not sure which.
Joey Hill in there, well, Fellini is 11, Hill is 17.
Right. I think it was 17.
Hill making his first appearance. Last year he had 28 goals. Well, that's a nice luxury to pluck in a kid in the second half that had 28 goals last year.
So you got Welker in the box.
So there's a penalty on Newton.
And I didn't see the signal.
Back to X. And that's going to be won by Newton. And that's Anthony McCann, number 19, winning that, I believe. Or was that Cruciate 18? No, it's 19.
And this is where the Vandenbergs could make something happen.
They're going to try right now to give the Krawchuk save.
Nice
no,
save.
Yes. He didn't even know he had it.
Yeah, in between his shoulder and his head. Nice save.
They all count the same.
Yes, they do.
In the transition, it's DuPont. Gives it up. On the doorstep, behind the back, Togno, what a goal!
Togno's having one heck of a day.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
Number 4 for him and a candidate for play of the week right there.
No question.
7:31 to go and the lead back up to 8.
Looked like that feed came all the way across from DuPont, and talk about a nice finish.
And it all started where? With the Spada save.
Absolutely. Spada's doing a great job today. And again, that save in between the helmet and the shoulder, there's not much room there, and he was able to stop it.
Officials checking on something. I don't know what they were talking about, but they figured out what they needed to figure out. We're going to head back to face-off X, and this will be...
Lenape's 2 for 2 on their man-up plays. Newton scored on their lone man-up.
So we'll head back to X. 7:31 to go. Here in the third quarter, an 8-goal differential. And D'Alessandro's going to get another win, as that was Krushnik in there. So Lenape Valley, D'Alessandro getting the job done. Lenape Valley will go back to work. So, Togno with 4 goals, Molinari with 3. 7 of the 10 goals scored by the Patriots here in opening day 2018.
And they're getting their goals off of assists, good ball movement, good looking.
Amato swings it over. Molinari gets it back. Molinari, George, I think has the potential to be another Troy DuPont.
Yeah.
Because he has the physical ability to do that. Oh, nice dodge. Fellini gives it up. Comes through. Amato gets to it. He's had a nice game, Joey Amato,
yeah,
number 24.
And they're also doing all the right things right now. They're getting out of the pile, settling it down, start the offense back up.
8-goal lead. No reason to force anything unless it's there. There's Togno. He just misses. That would have been goal number 5. Fellini keeps it. Gets it back. The ball pops out. We'll have a whistle.
That was Topher with a slash.
Well, another penalty on the Newton Braves, so Lenape Valley will be a man up once again. And they have the 8-goal lead with 6:09 to go here in the third. Amato up top. We'll work it back at X. Togno waiting.
Going to force it through the middle.
DuPont with the shot, goes wide. We'll stay here. Togno on the backup. Start again.
Yeah, they're doing a 1-4-1, just letting them, looking for that quick feed inside.
George, I don't know if I mentioned it since we gave the starting line. It's behind the back off the pipe by Hill. Togno's a freshman.
Yeah,
I know we mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah.
And we talked about the other freshman, but he's playing like a senior.
And he's impressive.
That's when you play like that, you forget sometimes they're a freshman on the doorstep, broken up by Estevez.
And right now they're just playing picture-perfect ball. They're waiting for the good feed. They're feeding into the middle, getting every back up.
Shot wide by Hill. Well, in the course of the preseason, I talked to several coaches, and every one of them pointed towards this Lenape Valley team as a team to watch in the Pooley and in the Colonial Division of the NJAC. Scott Reed from Jefferson was very impressed with Lenape Valley. Shot and save.
There's a good save.
Poliak will get rid of it.
And again, when you put the pressure on.
It's DuPont, he puts on the brakes. Drew Togno winds up, shot wide.
So you got nobody back there, though.
And, you know, George, you've been around a long time. You know, the Togno name has always been associated with good athletes, but baseball players.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over the years. And Drew Togno's starting to make a name for the Tognos in lacrosse. And he's hobbled. That's not a good sign. He went down. I didn't see what happened.
No, I didn't either.
Oh, boy. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Well, the trainers will go out. He's in pain. Trainers will go out and check him out, and we'll be back. Hopefully he's okay. We'll be back after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton High School. Looks like Drew Togno just kind of cramped up. Hopefully he'll be okay. He has the 4 goals. And we're about ready to start again. 4:40 to go. Third quarter, Jacob Estevez will look to try to clear. And he does, and he gets it to Bruno Freitas. Good poke check from behind. I believe that was Amato again. Doing the little dirty things today,
Yep.
The dirty work. Great look, DuPont, shot, goal. Joe Hill just misses.
Great look by DuPont, and you might want to just rip that into that open net at that point. Never take the chance with the turf and the bounce.
Both of these teams do play on the turf. Lenape Valley getting turf a few years back. And, Coach, talk about that. When you play majority of your games on grass at home, which you did at Kittatinny, how different it is when you got to go on the turf?
Well, there's just absolutely no question.
Another save by Spada.
The timing of the game changes tremendously.
And that ball bounces wide.
You know, at Kittatinny, we always, we laughed because our grass was about 2.5 inches on the entire field, and then in both boxes behind the goal, it was like 3.5 inches, and guys wouldn't chase shots. And we always knew we had to go.
Right.
But there's just, it's two different games. And, if you can slow a team down, you can do it with grass. You can't slow a team down on turf.
And hopefully, for the kids in Sparta's sake, that they get that turf field in by next season. It won't help Stelios Krudos and Jesse West and that gang, but that's a great program Tyler Meth is really taking it to the next level. Pat Brennan laid the foundation along with you as an assistant. And then when he took over, Tyler Meth really brought it along, and it's just almost criminal that those kids have to play on that field.
Absolutely. And yet, you talk about just a level all of their own, and they've been that way since freshmen. This is their fourth year together, and they are just outstanding athletes.
I cannot believe it's been 4 years. I remember interviewing all three of the freshmen. They weren't so little, but they were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they looked up to Owen Mead as well as they should. Shot wide.
Absolutely.
Owen at Rutgers right now.
And they brought Sussex County into the point where we are respected.
Yes.
The Sparta team represents the county. They're doing a great job, and I tell you, I see big things from them this year, no question.
If they stay healthy, they're going to be tough as nails in the Fitch Pit division, as well as
absolutely
the United and the NJAC. Let me double check on that. No, the American, which is Delbarton, Sparta, West Morris, Morristown, Chatham, and Mountain Lakes. Hammers.
Yeah, no question.
And George, I'm going to make sure we schedule a game in Mount Olivet. We did the last game ever there before they redid it.
In the rain.
Now it's the Taj Mahal.
What a great job they've done down there with their facilities. They had the dome this year to be practicing all winter. Just outstanding district.
Bavakwa trying to work his way in. Ball's loose, and out comes Jack Varian in that defense. I remember that we were soaked doing that game, and the AD, Dave Fellini, there's a shot by Togno. Poliak with the save. I don't think he realized it. Was on the floor making sure the wires stayed dry for us. Great guy.
I tell you what, the Vandenbergs never quit. They're up on every ground ball, every clear, just doing a great job.
Well, it doesn't get any easier for Newton. They go up to Blair on Saturday. You never know what you're going to run into in Blair.
No, that is so true.
Ball loose, scooped up, and a shot! And what a goal by Vandenberg! Unbelievable!
Vandenberg.
That's what you call a little bit of hockey background.
Absolutely, and that might have trumped the other goal for Play of the Week material. Holy smokes! Vandenberg with the goal, his second, with 1:22 to go. What a goal by Brian Vandenberg.
And we were just talking about their hustle and being up there on the midfield line, picking up balls on clears and going all the way down the other end to take clears. It's a hustle. It's just a feeling that they want to be in the ball game the whole time. Kudos to them.
And it was like right on cue. You were talking about how they don't give up. Vandenberg's on the ground behind the back and zips it in. What a goal. Play of the Week material right there. Lenape Valley will win again. Cassius will win it. A little unsettled. He'll give it up. Looking for Fellini was Hill.
That was actually a great play on defense. They lifted his stick as the ball was coming across. You might think it looks like a bad pass, and then you see the defender doing exactly what he's taught. Just move the stick head. That's all you need to do.
Well, Lenape Valley's done a nice job on the ride today as well.
Yeah, they have.
And right on cue, they get the turnover. Fellini takes a shot. Togno back in. That's great news, number 50.
No, that one's the flag.
Yep. Parker will hold on to it. Dumps it off, looking for Krawchuk, and ball pops loose. Play will stop, and Newton will be a man up. So it'll be Krawchuk, the Vandenbergs, Bavacqua, and we'll see who else Coach Bennington uses, and Grant Parker. Also in there, number 3, Reese Avaldi. So Avaldi will come off, and they were trying to get Krushtik back out there.
Right.
So Newton will be a man up.
They've got to score on this. You got to put one in.
Absolutely. With less than 40 seconds to go here in the third, it would make it a 6-goal deficit. A tough hill to climb, but definitely more manageable. Parker gives it up, goes through, kept in by Bavacqua. Pickett, Spada, and Varian have done a great job out there with Liam Jerry. The ball goes through.
At this point, you might hold it and just keep possession for the first possession of the next.
And Gavin Coles, 8 seconds to go. Newton sees they take the shot. They do. Right on goal, and Spada makes the easy save. And the period will come to an end. We'll see there's a late hit there. No flag, but 3 quarters in the books, and it's Lenape Valley 10, Newton 3. We'll be back with the third quarter right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
Whether it's being an active person in your everyday life, playing sports, or being fit at the gym, we all get our fair shares of aches and pains. And oftentimes our body's able to heal them on its own, which is great, and that's exactly what we want to have happen. But sometimes your body needs a little bit of help, and that's what we're here to offer. Regenerative medicine is tapping into your body's ability to heal on its own. It's really taken off, I think, in the last 5 to 10 years or so, when it became a lot more affordable to the general public. Professional athletes, Olympic athletes have been having access to things like PRP or platelet-rich plasma therapy, stem cell therapies, and viscosupplementation for a long time now. But it used to be cost prohibitive to offer to the average Joe, the average person walking into our office. And I'm really excited to finally be able to bring some of these things that used to be accessible only to, the millionaires and billionaires of the world to everyday people like you and me. When there's an injury in the body, what happens is there's an immune response that signals healing. And areas that have a great blood supply, like the skin, bleed immediately after there's an injury, like a cut. With that bleeding, platelets, which are in your bloodstream, come and adhere to that site, and those platelets signal other healing cells white blood cells and so forth to come to that area, signal stem cells that are circulating in your bloodstream to then come to that area, deposit there, and become new skin cells. When we get a fracture and we immobilize it, that bone regrows, and it regrows stronger. Regenerative medicine is really telling your body or stimulating your body to pay attention to an area to heal it better because it knows how. It just needs a little help. The nice thing about some of these treatments is they're not surgical. They have a quicker recovery. They can be done right in the office, and you see results pretty soon after treatment. And the goal is really just to get people back to running, to being active, to getting through their workday without noticing knee pain or shoulder pain or elbow pain that might be getting in the way of things. There's 3 things that I can offer patients. And they're applicable to the knee and shoulder, particularly for tendinitis. So there's viscosupplementation, there's platelet-rich plasma therapy, also called PRP therapy, and there's a 10X procedure that I do, which is a percutaneous tenotomy. And all 3 of these approaches highlight your body's ability to heal. For example, patellar tendonitis of the knee. So it's also called jumper's knee, and it's a cause of knee pain right in the front of the knee. You notice pain with walking, running, stair climbing, all around the kneecap sometimes. And what can happen is there can be microscopic injury from repetitive overuse of this patellar tendon. And over time, those small injuries wear away at the tendon and cause some scar tissue to develop. That scar tissue then causes pain. Now, each one of those injuries, because it's so small, wasn't big enough to cause bleeding and produce a healing response. What happens is you end up getting the scar tissue and inadequate healing. But what we can do with the 10X procedure, for example, or percutaneous tenotomy, is go into that tendon with an instrument the size of a needle and remove the scar tissue in a minimally invasive way. Removing that scar tissue is kind of like peeling off a scab. It creates a little bit of bleeding, and that bleeding is exactly what we're looking for to help the tendon heal. So we remove that scar tissue, create some bleeding, and allow the body to pay attention to that area to specifically heal the area that's injured. And I do all of these procedures with ultrasound guidance so that I'm targeting only the area that needs to be targeted and leaving all the healthy tissue intact and unaffected. Platelet-rich plasma therapy is another option that's a possibility, and this is done right in the office. So this is PRP therapy. And what it involves is, again, relying on this principle of blood flow improves healing. Your body just needs that blood to help get the healing response going. So what we do is we draw blood from a vein, just like a regular venipuncture if you were giving blood for a blood drive or for a blood test. And we put it into a centrifugation filtration system that spins the blood down, then concentrates those platelets and white blood cells and all the factors that help signal up your body's own healing response. We concentrate those factors and inject them with ultrasound guidance right into the area of pathology, which in the case of patellar tendonitis or a patellar tendon tear, or for example, a tennis elbow, common extensor tendon tear, we can actually see the tear on ultrasound and guide the needle, a very small needle, right into that area of injury and inject this platelet-rich plasma, which is then a signal for your body to come in there and build new tendon, which is exactly what's needed to help your body heal. And the neat thing about this is there's no hardware. You're healing essentially naturally, and it's a nice alternative to cortisone injection or other kind of medicines to subdue the body's response. It's actually taking advantage of your body's own capacity to heal. The third option is viscosupplementation, and viscosupplementation is injecting hyaluronic acid, which is a natural substance that's found in all of our knees. If I were to take a look at the knee of a healthy 10-year-old child and drain the fluid in it, I would find natural human hyaluronic acid. And now we found a way to synthetically make hyaluronic acid, which can be injected into a knee to help lubricate the knee joint, promote a more healthy, natural, youthful environment in the knee joint, and reduce pain due to wear and tear injuries to the knee. So these viscosupplementation injections are a nice maintenance therapy for osteoarthritis of the knee. They're designed to help lubricate the knee joint, help rejuvenate some of the cells that are in the joint, and reduce pain and improve function. These injections are usually covered by most insurance companies and can be offered twice a year as a maintenance therapy, when used alongside physical therapy and a good home exercise program.
I was diagnosed with tennis elbow. Dr. Shamim told me about regenerative medicine and how this procedure would help fix my elbow. We went into the operating room. She told me exactly what she was doing. It took about 20 minutes. There's no stitches with the procedure. It's just a little butterfly. I was in a sling, and for a couple weeks afterwards, the sling really was, if I was going out, that other people knew not to bump into me. It wasn't necessarily that I had to have a sling, but I unwrapped it 2 days later. I was able to shower. I started moving it. There honestly was no pain after the procedure. I feel great. I feel like I never had the pain before.
Sports is everything to me. Like my main goal is to go to the NFL, of course. It's a big dream, it's a big goal. I played defensive end and offensive tackle. I got to the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, and Dr. Falco, after he had worked on me and checked me out, he told me that it could require like surgery, but instead of the surgery, he offered a PRP shot, which led me to Dr. Shameen. Before like the PRP shot and going through practice and going through the motions, I thought a lot about like my knee and how it hold up. If I make the wrong turn, make the wrong move, or tackle the wrong way of some sort, it's always in the back of my mind. It's always there. It's always bothered me. After the shot, I felt fantastic. Like when you're in that game moment, I don't think about my knee whatsoever. I don't think about cutting the wrong way. I don't think about tackling the wrong way. I don't think about the knee at all. I kind of just think about hitting the quarterback or hitting the running back. You just come off the line, you hit the guy in front of you, you get off and you hit the quarterback for a nice sack. It's something setting you back and something hovering over your shoulder, really, really sets you back because you're questioning yourself constantly on how you want to perform and how hard you want to play. And it's very difficult, to overcome something like that. And the way the PRP shot really, helped me, overcome those fears, as you can say, and completely changed my football experience since I don't have to worry about my injury anymore.
When you start to develop an ache or pain, it's your body telling you something. It's really important to listen to that signal. And it's reasonable to give it a week or two or taking some over-the-counter analgesics. But if it hasn't gotten better in a couple of weeks, it's time to take it to a specialist. It's time to have someone take a look and see what's wrong and find out what you can do to help yourself heal and get to the bottom of what's going on faster rather than letting the process get worse. At the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, our job is to give you back your quality of life. I'm happy to help my patients get back to their sports and to their quality of life as quickly as possible.
And we're back here at Palmer Field, start of the fourth quarter of the Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Opening day Pooley Division battle, Lenape Valley with a 10-3 lead. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Cleary along with George Morville. I want to thank the Orthopedic Institute of New Jersey, Tim's Auto and Truck Repair, Newton Medical Center, part of the Atlantic Health System, Sussex County Community College. Also want to thank right down the street our friend Jesse Rowe, 75 Mill Street. It's the Home Furniture Warehouse. Friendly's, Route 206 in Hampton, Route 23 in Wantage. Great food, great ice cream, great for the family. It's Friendly's. Also want to thank Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Route 94 in Hardison. They deliver, open 7 days a week. Stop by for a great meal or order out. And the Garden of Life Yoga and Massage Center, located off Route 23 in the Boulder Hills Mall in Wantage. So Lenape Valley in control of this one. They start the fourth quarter with the possession. And there's a turnover, so Newton will get it back. Newton was the man up at the end of that quarter, but just couldn't do anything, George.
That's a man-down save by controlling the ball. I'm surprised they didn't double him right off the bat.
Grant Parker has had a strong game. He scoops it up. Vandenberg loses it. And Liam Cherry does a nice job. And we talked about this last year. We really haven't talked about this much this year because I don't think there's as much crossover. But these guys all play together in hockey.
Absolutely.
The Newton Lenape Valley team. So, you know, they're teammates in the winter and then they become enemies.
They know each other. They know tendencies.
And Liam Cherry's a terrific hockey player, and so are the Vandenbergs, and they're going against each other.
They've had a lot of success, that's for sure.
Yes, they had. Won the Haas Cup last year. Fellini.
Right now, they realize there is nothing they need to do right now until they say keep it in or, you know, start pushing it.
And Drew Togno, the freshman, with 4 goals. Nick Molinari, a sophomore, with 3 goals.
Yep. Future looks good, huh?
Yeah, it does. You got Joe Hill, the junior, playing here in the second half. He's chomping at the bit. He's a scorer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hill with the shot.
Oh, there's a pipe.
Very close for putting it in. Varian trying to get to it. We haven't talked too much about the Lenape defense, but, you know, they've been rock solid.
Yeah, they have.
Good hustle by Varian. Quick restart by the Braves, trying to take advantage. Shot and a goal.
Nice job.
Oh, Kyle Vandenberg.
That's just heads-up play.
Kyle Vandenberg with the goal.
That was 8, wasn't it?
Was it
Ryan Vandenberg?
It was Ryan, excuse me. Get my Vandenbergs mixed up. Ryan Vandenberg with the goal.
The announcer had it backwards, I think, too, down there.
So it makes it 10-4. Unless they're doing some sort of twin thing where they're switching numbers on us.
Yeah, maybe that's possible.
George, I've seen that happen. It's happened to me a bunch of times.
Yeah, I've seen that happen myself. Got a call from Garrett Armstrong. He's a long pole for Wilkes.
Yes.
Had started out, was going to be a starting midi, and they had 3 defensive players get hurt, and they gave him a long pole. He's doing a great job.
No surprise there. A tremendous athlete.
Absolutely.
Now, those guys seniors this year?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That group that won you the Beatty Cup and the division title in your last year?
Absolutely.
Greg Peel, Dylan Wonder. Was Lamers a senior that year, or was he a junior?
He was a junior.
But he played well in that Beatty Cup.
Yeah, he certainly did, and he's proudly serving us in the Army and doing a great job, absolutely great job.
Cherry keeps it. Fellini, great luck. Shot off the pipe, knocked away. Good defense by Topher. Excuse me, that was Matt Welker. Lenape Valley keeps it in. And we got a flag. Beyond the Newton Braves. Shot. And Joey Hill trying to get that, but Lenape Valley will be a man up. And we talked about Brian Bennington starting the program. Go back to, I believe, 2007, Lenape Valley started.
Right.
Kevin Earl was the head coach, but all the foundation was laid by George Shannon.
No doubt.
Who got the program going on the youth level, got the kids playing with the West Morris kids where he played high school.
Absolutely. I think Kevin's down the sideline, too.
Kevin Shannon?
No, Kevin Earl.
Oh, I haven't seen Kevin.
Yeah. There was just no question that when they started that program, they had some people that were so dedicated to getting it started, and they've had a lot of success.
Yeah, Shannon family, Brendan and Kyle.
Yeah.
First players to go on to play college.
Absolute studs.
A nice move by DuPont and a goal.
Buried that one on a nice assist from Fellini.
So DuPont picks up his second goal.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
And it's 11-4. But that Lenape team got better and better under Coach Earl. And then there was some when he left, there was some lack of continuity. They went through some coaches, and I think Justin Meath is doing what Kevin Earl did back in the day, getting this program going, involved with the youth. Justin played at Roxbury. He knows the game. He knows the area.
And the kids love him. I mean,
yes.
He's out there. They know that he's got their backs. You know, he's put a lot of faith in a couple of guys that, you know, continue to grow. And sports down in Lenape Valley, they got history.
They certainly do. And they're a Group 2 school, and they also have a very solid baseball team every year.
Yeah, they do. Bob Klink does a real nice job down there.
Yeah, he does. But it's just fun to watch. I've been fortunate to watch the growth of the Lenape and the Newton program since their start. And it's pretty cool. I mean, when I first started covering lacrosse for Muggs Media, the only teams were Sparta, Pope John, Jefferson, Vernon, Blair Academy, and then Spence came along and started at North Warren, Spence Warren.
Yeah.
And people don't realize Wilkes Valley had a team back in the day.
Yes, they did.
Nick Spear was the head coach. They just didn't have the numbers to keep it going, which is a shame.
It was, because they were always fun games, let's put it that way.
Yep, they always had good athletes, and they were very physical. Vinny Sanfilippo.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking.
Yep, Vinny, football player out there playing lacrosse, and was very tough.
He came down and lit up one of our kids one day, and it was one you just never forget.
And if my memory holds right, George, he had a clear path to avoid the guy.
Yes, he did.
He went after him.
He decided, without a doubt, he was going to make a name for himself.
Yep. So it's just been a lot of fun, and I'm sure for you, you're almost like a proud grandfather watching these young programs. And
absolutely.
You know, you've seen there was only one team when you were around here, when you played here at Newton.
Yep.
Then Sussex Tech picked up a team. That's the odd thing. Sussex Tech was one of the originals. They don't have one.
Frankie Flatico was the coach. I was his assistant. And that was a lot of fun. And now, you know, I get to look back, especially with Kittatinny. You know, Spence is doing a good job over there. And my brother and my son are both the assistant coaches. So I still get to play a piece of it.
Yes, you do. And I know that Beatty Cup's one of those days it just tears you right down the middle.
Oh, it does. It does. And, of course, right now it's
Togno goes high.
4-4, if I remember correctly. This is year number 9.
And Newton has won the last 3.
Last 3. And that'll be a nighttime game here, I believe.
Yes. April the 9th or the 11th, one of those.
11th, I think.
Again, I just wish, and you and I have talked about it.
Just not paying attention. Can't let stuff like that happen.
Togno gets to it. Behind the back pass, goes through. It should be held on a Saturday at night here. I know Kittatinny wants their home field. I get that. But it should be the last game of the year. It shouldn't be played April 11th.
I've said all along.
The first year that when you organized it, it was the last game of the year.
Yep.
It was about 5,000 degrees at Kittatinny that day. Just remember Joey Hogue had a monster game.
I know. And it's funny, you know, I look back at those boys now are young men with careers, and, you know, I'm proud to be a part of their first experience with it, and it definitely has gone all the way.
Another flag dropped on Newton. Lenape with the possession. That'll stop the clock.
Second flag, too. He just cross-checked him in the back.
We're going to have to do the math on this one. How many people are going to be gone with 5:56 to go?
I think you got 2 coming off, 31 and 20. Right?
So it'll be Houlihan and Topher. And the officials will talk it over. Well, Lenape Valley, they will play Booton in their next game, which is always a solid program.
Oh,
one of the original great programs back in the day. Coach Risk, where the RIS division is named after, coached at Booton.
Absolutely, and he was the coach when I played in high school.
I believe it was Dick Risk was his name, and big part. All right, here's our call. We got a 2-minute
non-releasable
non-releasable on Newton. their second of the game.
So 31 got a slash, 20 got 2 non-releasable.
So 5:56 to go. Newton's got its work cut out for it.
Yeah, don't be surprised if the shots don't come real early.
They're getting an explanation here.
Basically, it's just explaining that the non-releasable penalty has to be run first, and then the second penalty would go second. Doesn't matter whether they score or not. He's not leaving. The other one has to serve the full minute.
So 3 minutes of penalties coming up on Newton.
And I don't expect to see them really at this point doing anything but moving the ball around.
So 4 field players out there for the Braves. Estevez, Bruno Freitas out there, Krushchik.
Real great ball movement right now. Feed it in close, take a shot, now settle it down, do it all over again.
Rocket save by Poliak.
Poliak, that one hurt a little bit.
That'll leave a mark. Now the other goalie, McGovern, was warming up, I believe, and so was Blake, the 2 goalies.
Right.
Are we going to see them? And here comes McGovern. Poliak's in pain.
Shots in that tight, 75, 80 miles an hour. It's cold out.
We'll see if it'll be McGovern or Blake, but we're going to step aside. We'll come back. We'll find out who's going to play goal right after this.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton. As you can see, running in right now is Newton reserve goalie Michael McGovern. He will come in. Chris Poliak got hurt. Hopefully he's okay. And what a tough spot you got to walk into, George. You're 2 men down.
2 men down. First time on a varsity field.
So Estevez will look to try to clear it out. Sends it over on the hop. Vandenberg trying to chase it down along with Drew Pickett. So we said Pickett, Spada, J.C. Spada.
Yep.
His brother, the younger Spada in goal. And Varian have done a terrific job defensively today. This is Bavacqua. Newton down 2 men. This would be a shorthanded goal if they can find the back of the net. Battle for the ground ball.
Okay, they got 1 man in. Right?
And we got another flag. So that'll make it a 1-person down. Amato being sent off. Brian Bennington's going to call a timeout, folks, with 4:33 to go here on opening day. We'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Commitment to student success is what sets Sussex County Community College apart. Turn your passion into a career and learn from professors who are in the field and rich with experience. Imagine an education with endless possibilities and a campus full of life. Choose a degree or certificate that speaks to your inner self but doesn't have a lasting impact on your finances. Visit our open house on October 14th so that you can get started on a great education. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere.
Here at Tim's Auto, we're able to offer truck service on diesel trucks up to 5500 series. Give us a call, 973-875-6181. Thank you.
And we're back here at Newton High School. Coach Brian Bennington calling a timeout. Let's see how many guys are out there, Coach. Because
we got 5 on 5 right now.
That's what it. All right, we're evened up at 5 on 5. Well, not even, but even strength with each other. So the penalty, and let's see, will it be a start or a clear? Let's see who.
It should be Newton ball because the last
start.
penalty was on 24, I believe.
Right, and this will be Krawchuk will have it, and he'll send it into the middle to Bavacqua. So Newton trails 11-4, 4:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Opening day of the 2018 lacrosse season. As we said, we'll have a full slate of boys and girls games here on mugsmedia.com. Parker's shot gets deflected.
That's not a shot you want to be taking at this point. You want to get the ball in tight. He's standing around the 25-yard line, a 15-yard shot. Your goalie's going to shut you down most of the times.
The freshman keeper, excuse me, Jake Spada doing a great job today.
He is. He's been
shot and a goal. Kyle Vandenberg.
Vandenberg says, give me 8 yards, I'm taking the shot.
Well, yeah, that's goal number 3 for him. And makes the score 11-5. 3:56 to go. But let's talk about these freshmen. Togno, 4 goals.
Yeah.
Spada in goal. Coles with an assist.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a young team, and Coach Justin Meats said before when we met with him before the game, because, yeah, we got a lot of experienced kids, but I like my freshmen.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And they're not playing like freshmen. There's no question about that. I mean, they're playing with... You know something? They must have changed numbers.
They must have, because they keep saying Ryan. We might have a stick violation here, Coach.
The non-releasable is supposed to still be in the box, but I think they're saying the 2 minutes is up.
Was that? We're at 3:56. I don't know if that 2 minutes is up, but I'm just trying to get.
Because it was 4th. You're right. It was 4:13 or 30 or something like that. I mean, he's still on the sideline, so
right.
I don't know if he's in the box or not in the box, but they got everybody on the field. So
I'm just trying to get my Vandenberg straight.
Yeah.
That the roster that was given to us had Kyle as number 9.
Yep.
And we got another flag. We didn't get a flag until the very end of the first quarter.
I know.
And we've made up for it.
This is Estevez here. And again, they're doing whatever they can to try to get the ball, get a little sloppy at that point. This time you may see Lenape work a little harder towards taking a shot. When they were 2 down, you know, that's a coach that's thinking, thinking of both sides. Didn't just start ripping shots from 3-4 yards. This time I think they'll probably put one in.
3:38 to go. They have the 11-5 lead here in the fourth quarter.
And again, I mean, it's early in the season, so they haven't had a lot of chances to work on these plays. This is when you work as much as you can.
Molinari gives it up.
You don't want to give up the ball on an unforced error when you're up.
Topher doubled up. And he gets rid of a good job there. And we have another flag.
Not sure why they stopped play. They had possession.
Houlihan heading off. That's his 3rd penalty. How many minutes? Is it 5 minutes?
5 in total.
Or is he calling it on Lenape Valley? And it's on Lenape Valley, not on Tim Houlihan. My apologies. Molinari goes into the box. But the official was talking to Houlihan as it was going off.
If 15's in the box, how can they be man up going this way?
That's a good question, George. Lenape, the penalty was on Lenape Valley.
It's on both of them, I guess.
All right, so Houlihan should be in the box.
I guess technically he's got 13 in the box for him here.
Okay. Did Houlihan get to 5 minutes? Did he have a 2-minute unreleasable?
I'm not sure.
We got to check on that.
First, okay, White did get the ball back, which makes sense.
Well, we're under 3 minutes to go. And it's been all Lenape Valley thus far today. Newton looking to score here. Ball pops loose, scooped up by Grant Parker back up top. Vandenberg with the shot and a goal.
A hat trick for Ryan Vandenberg.
Parker on the assist.
So Ryan Vandenberg with the goal. And I think they switched jerseys on us, George.
I do too.
So that'll make it a 5-goal game, 2:42 to go. And Newton wants to make this a little sweaty for Lenape Valley. They got to win this faceoff.
Absolutely.
As the lights start to come on here at beautiful Palmer Field. George, when you went to Newton, you guys played over at where the county college is, right?
We played up at, where the A building is now. Went right down to the lake. We started down in Merriam Avenue.
A little different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Things getting a little physical out there, Coach.
Yeah, it's getting to be a little bit on the chippy side right now.
I think the officials are trying to stop it with the flags.
Yep.
We'll have a clear here for Newton. Seeing some strange things out there right now, George.
Yeah, no question.
Joe Hill trying to get in the scorebook. And he'll fling it wide. We'll stay here with Fellini. And
that was a great save by the keeper there. He couldn't make his mind up whether he wanted to go out and get that one or not, and just kind of threw his stick. Nice job. Looks like everybody's out of the box. Should be back to 6-on-6.
Hill lines up wide, stay here. So, George, we got under 2 minutes to go. Your thoughts on this one? It was tight for a while, and Lenape Valley just tacked on, and now they have the comfortable 5-goal lead with less than 2 minutes to go.
No question that the Lenape Valley offense is a very, very good offense. Defense for Newton, I'll tell you what, they played well. They really did. For the youth that they have on there and the fact that they had two basically freshmen or first-time goalies, Spada from Lenape Valley, did a hell of a job in the goal.
Ball broken up. Estevez will get to it. He's the lone returnee back on that defensive unit. So they're going to look to him to lead the way until things get into shape. And, Newton's going to get better.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they're pretty much, I think, just going to run it out now.
1:20 to go.
You got to stay in the box. It's 2 minutes left, right?
Yep. Less than 2 minutes. And he's out of the box right now, no? Shot goal. That's Amato.
Goal, Lenape Valley.
Amato from Fellini. That'd be his third assist of the day.
Make it a 6-goal game, 12-6 with 1:01 to go. Now the coach is Justin Meath on the sidelines there at Lenape Valley. And we'll head back to face-off X. So it should be another great year for lacrosse here in the area.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
You know, Lenape Valley off for a good start. They're one of the few teams, which is another impressive thing. How many teams have won division titles in the short history of lacrosse up here?
Yeah.
Lenape Valley has a chance now to join them. The only team left would be High Point that hasn't won a division title.
That is true.
That says a lot.
And, you know, it's just the numbers are starting to grow and grow and grow, and that's always been such a key to me, at least. You know, you drive down the road and you see in every yard there's a lacrosse goal, and you see kids twiddling and walking up and down and doing the things what we all hope for.
Well, we're going to stay here because I'm going to thank our sponsors one final time for being on these games of the week. We want to thank the Orthopedic Institute in New Jersey with offices throughout Northwest New Jersey. Check out their Live Well tips on the sports beat. Tim's Auto and Truck Repair, Loomis Avenue in Sussex. Check out Tim's Auto tips on the games of the week. Newton Medical Center, part of the Atlantic Health System, serving the community. Go to atlantichealth.org. Sussex County Community College. Start here, go anywhere. Go to sussex.edu. Friendlies of Route 206 Hampton, Route 23 in Wantage. Great food, great ice cream, great for the families. It's Friendlies. Go see our friend Jesse Road, the Home Furniture Warehouse, 75 Mill Street in Newton. Always something good going on there. A sale, great quality furniture. Tony's Pizza and Pasta, Route 94 and Hardison. They deliver, open 7 days a week. Great pizza, great hot, cold sandwiches, great Italian food. It's Tony's Pizza, 973-209-7775. And the Garden of Life Massage and Yoga Center, celebrating 14 years, located in the Boulder Hills Mall, right off Route 23 in Wantage. So we have 45 seconds to go in this one. And Lenape Valley is going to move to 1-0 on the season. Newton to 0-1. Bavacqua looking to score on the bounce. So it should be another interesting year, Coach.
Absolutely.
As we said, with the teams that, you know, the talent coming back, shot doesn't get through. Spada just grabs it.
He's had a great game.
Yes, he has.
For his first game out here, you know, he's really taking control.
20 seconds to go. Now, last year, I think it was Kyle Vandenberg had 6 goals himself.
Right.
To hold in the 15-10 win that Newton had. So, Spada, great job. So we're going to wind down the final 5 seconds of this one. And congratulations to Lenape Valley, as they're going to come away with a 12-6 victory as the horn will sound. Drew Togno, 4 goals. Nick Molinari with 3 goals to lead the way offensively. Varian, Pickett, and Spada. And Spada both on defense with Liam Cherry doing the job for the Pats. So congratulations to Lenape Valley. That'll wrap it up here from Palmer Field. For our cameraman Chuck Mills, for George Morville, I'm Dan Cleary. We'll see you again soon on mugsmedia.com.